Hey guys, so I'm just shooting a quick video on my phone, so hopefully the audio and the video come out okay. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on the off command. I get a lot of requests and inquiries about dogs jumping up on the furniture and not listening to people. So I just wanted to do a quick doggy quick tips video to show how you could start implementing an off command for your dog. First, a quick tidbit about the off command and what we're teaching the dog and what the dog is learning. First and foremost, don't use the word down or get down if you need to get your dog off of something, because that's going to confuse the dog with the down position, the down obedience command, or lay down, or whatever the case may be. Most people use down. So you want to make sure you have two separate commands for two separate behaviors. And when we teach the down, yeah, we're teaching the dog to get the hell off of something or someone, but what the dog is going to be learning is all four paws on the ground. That's the key, is to understand what the dog is learning, not what we're teaching. All too often, I see people getting preoccupied with what they're teaching the dog. We have to get put ourselves in the position of the dog. What is the dog learning? So when we teach down, and I'll use my elbow before I do some practical work with the dogs. Let's say the dog is jumping up on somebody, right? We're going to give the off command, and if we have to lure with a treat or just take him by the collar and get him off of something, we want to reward the dog as soon as all four paws are on the ground. That's what the off command is, and that's what the dog is learning. The dog isn't learning get off, right? While that is also, that's a byproduct of teaching the off command, what the dog is actually learning, that the word off means all four paws on the ground. And the off, you want to use the off command almost like you would no or leave it. It needs to be somewhat, authoritative. Not come on, get off, but off, right? So the dog is jumping off. Good girl, good boy, right? So we have that contrast between the off verbal cue and the verbal reward, or the food reward, which I'll show you in a minute. So just keep that in mind. We're teaching the dog get the hell off, but the dog is learning that off means all four paws on the ground. So how we're going to start teaching off is going to sound a little counterintuitive to you. I'm actually going to teach my dogs, in this case we're going to use the ottoman or the sofa as the off command. I'm actually going to teach Deuce, even though he knows it, but I'm going to step by step show you how I would teach him how to come up and then to get off, right? Because yeah, you may not want your dogs on the furniture, but they're going to get up on the furniture at some point in all likelihood. So we want to make sure that they understand that when we give a cue, a verbal cue and direction, they have to respond. So I'm actually going to call him up here and then get him off, right? And we want to get into that habit and create that repetition of the off command, okay? Now the ideal situation would be that our dogs never jump up on anyone or anything, but the fact of the matter is, hey, does the dog want to lay on hardwood floor or a nice cushy ottoman? So even though Deuce knows this, I'm going to walk you through it, and you'll see how I give the verbal cue. It's authoritative. It's almost like a reprimand, and I mean business. I want him off. But the other side of that is all good stuff. Good boy. Way to go, buddy. And I'm not going to get too overly excited or enthusiastic, especially with Deuce, because he loves physical and verbal praise, and he gets a little too excited. So I have to make sure that I keep my rewards a little muted for him. So I had to call him up, obviously, so I could show you how to get him off. So when a dog doesn't know the off command, obviously we may have to guide them with treats, or you could use the collar and just, kind of tug him off, with the collar. There's nothing wrong with that, and I know there's trainers out there, oh no, you shouldn't tug him by the collar. I'm not yanking my dog around and flinging him in the air. I'm just grabbing him by the collar and telling him to get off. Now, if you have a dog with behavioral issues, I don't recommend you grab the dog by the collar. I'm offering this tidbit under the assumption that you have a well-behaved dog and you have a good relationship with your dog already, but you just need some fine-tuning. So Deuce is up here already, and initially I'm going to probably just lure him off with a treat. That's the best way to start as I give the off command. Deuce, off. Good boy, good job, way to go. So you see how the lure goes. Come on up here. Off. Good boy, good job. Up, down, stay. Stay. So obviously the repetition of luring the dog off is going to help you solidify the off command. And if you notice, as soon as all 4 paws get on the ground, I immediately reward. Now, if treats aren't working, or we don't have treats handy and you have to, react to your dogs getting up on the furniture, get back, good boy. I'm literally just going to take him and off. Good boy. It's the same exact thing. I'm just guiding him off with the collar. And you know what? If you resist a little, I'm just going to keep going. Again, you're not going to impact your relationship with your dog. This doesn't cause fear or pain. I mean, what these people say about doing something like this and causing fear and pain, it baffles me. There's nowhere in psychology that suggests that off, good boy, something like that impacts behavior or relationship. It's just ludicrous, so don't worry. And again, if you have a dog with behavioral problems, we're having a different conversation. And then, over the course of the repetition of whether you're using, the collar or the food lure, it doesn't really matter. The primary and the most important aspect of this is to reward the dog when all 4 paws hit the ground. That is crucial. And remember, what the dog is learning, all 4 paws on the ground. So whether it's furniture, jumping on a counter, jumping on a person, off means off, because off means all 4 paws on the ground, right? So you don't have to use multiple commands for different jumping situations. You're basically using off anytime all 4 paws are not on the ground. Off. Good boy. Sit. Good job, buddy. And again, the repetition of this creates reliability. I say it all the time. Repetition creates reliability. Now, in our household, our dogs are allowed on the furniture, and as you can tell, we have these pet covers on our couches. This is a brand new couch, but we put pet covers on there because we want to protect our furniture, but we also want to cuddle with our pit bulls. I'm so proud of you, buddy. What a good job. Good boy. Okay, up. Good boy. Sit. Down. Good boy. Off. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Okay. Good boy. Down. Good boy. Off. Good boy. Sit. Good. And the off command is great for implementing resource control. And, my 7-day dog care challenge, I talk about, resource control and making our dogs earn everything. And I'll throw the link up there or up there. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but it'll be up there somewhere. I'll throw the link to my 7-day dog care challenge where I talk about resource control, where basically our dogs have to earn all of their privileges and resources. And coming up on the furniture is a privilege, it is a resource, our dogs have to earn it. Right, Deuce? Okay, sit, good boy. Okay, up, good boy, sit, good boy, off, good boy, sit, good boy, okay, up, good boy, sit, good boy, off, good boy. Good job, buddy. Yay, good job, bud. So I hope this little quick tip helps you guys. Remember, work on this all the time. Every opportunity you have to work on this. Remember, repetition creates reliability. And hey, if this is your first time here, take a peek around my channel. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. Click that bell so you get notified when I upload new content. And I'll see you guys next time on Doggy Quick Tips.